phase four is the autonomous PM. AI system drives small, non-complex projects with limited human intervention. So the project manager itself becomes AI, and actually the employees as well can become AI. So someone just on the top, maybe some sort of a founder or like a VP level or like a director level person is managing this entire project. This is a huge leap in the future. This is a long shot. Not sure when this point of time will come, but yes, an autonomous PM is also one of the futures, or even like so whoever is like a PM right now, project manager right now, can be transformed or be promoted to a higher position in this case. So don't worry about, you don't have to ever worry about that, okay, AI will come up and take our jobs or something. It's more on the lines that you will be at a better position with AI, and you will be in a much better, easier state of mind and taking more better decisions, developing systems rather than just developing a particular project. Okay, so that's what the entire phases cycle of different phases of AI project management maturity is, and how it has been, and how it will unfurl in the future. Google's ecosystem, that is the Google AI's ecosystem, delivers phase one and phase two, phase through phase three today, right? Till here, the Google AI ecosystem is delivering, right? And it is enabling PMOs to from move beyond static planning and embrace dynamic and data driven orchestration. Okay, that is something that we have already. Amazing, perfect. So these are the high level things that we need to be clearly understanding about what exactly is happening, and these are the four phases of AI project management maturity. Now, before we go ahead, these are the four things that I want you guys to understand. Okay, these are the four topics that, as I wrote in the tools section as well, that what we'll be learning today is that collaboration and creation, that is Gemini in the workspace. Okay, Gemini in the workspace will have basically access to docs, sheets, meet, and it will draft charts, build trackers, automate meetings, and natively, where the work happens, natively create minutes of the meetings. Then the deep knowledge synthesis notebook LM, which is like a grounded system of RAG. Okay, like a RAG system, grounded RAG system is there, which is called notebook LM, and it will basically, what it will do is it will have digest all the chaotic project inputs, right? For example, it can digest your meetings with the stakeholders, it can digest the BRD, that is a business requirements document, and then it can do the research for you, and you can then utilize it to build reports, etc. Okay, so that's the kind of technology that we have here, that is notebook LM. Then there are some app scripts and workflow automations that you can work with, again with AI. And then there's this Gemini enterprise grade security. This is again not dependent on you as a project manager. This is for your company to give you. Okay, company to take up for you. Okay, this is for your company. This is not for you. Okay, perfect. Amazing. Now, as we move ahead, let me just quickly take up the first point, that is the notebook LM. Okay, that is the notebook LM. We are first going to jump into this world of notebook LM. Notebook LM tool is basically nothing but a tool which lets you, put up raw sources of data, right? A lot of raw sources of data, that is, meeting transcript, email thread, PDF, etc., etc., and all of these raw transcripts of data is then, created into like a personalized RAG system, and you can produce multiple sorts of things. You can produce audio overviews, you can produce video overviews, you can produce things like things like reports. Okay, are also that are taken up. Okay, so these are the kind of things that we can take up. It's like a it acts like a toy-sized AI that only references the exact source materials you upload. Okay, it utilizes your source materials, and then exact source materials are basically that generate PRDs with inline citations as well as eliminating blank page syndrome. Now, let us move towards Notebook LM. Okay, let us quickly open Notebook LM. Okay, we will create a new notebook. The tool's name is Notebook LM. How many of you guys have actually learned about Notebook LM earlier? How many of you guys have actually learned about Notebook LM earlier? Yes. I think some of you guys have actually learned about it, but a lot of you guys have actually not been able to learn about it as well. I can see a lot of you guys have only heard about it. Today we will understand the entire point of Notebook LM and how you can use it from a project manager's point of view. Okay, from a project manager's point of view, not just any other point of view, but you're from a project manager's POV. So firstly, what I want you to go ahead and do, or not right now, but like when you start, right? So what you do initially is that you can sort of create some documents. Okay, you can create a few documents with Google Gemini, which are like dummy documents, or you can have your own documents, right? Mukunda, you can use them in corporate. There's no issue in that. These are enterprise level, enterprise grade tools, and you can of course use them. But if your organization does not allow you to explicitly use them, then of course you might not be able to. But in general, you can. So you might have to ask for the access to this tool in that case. Let me reload. Correct. So here I have just created some dummy kickoff meeting MOMs. So let me just quickly download this or like maybe create a Google Doc out of it. Okay. I will say open a new tab. Then I will also open this business requirements doc. What is a BRD, guys? Since a lot of you guys are here already project managers, what is a BRD? Who will tell me what is a BRD? What is a BRD, guys? Business requirement doc. But what does a business requirement doc do? What is the use case of a BRD? Correct. It saves all the business requirements that are coming from the customers and the stakeholders, and then what is the target audience, etc. What is the business about? What is the business around? Correct. So those kinds of things are required in a business requirement document, and then this document is then eventually who processes this document. This document is processed by the project manager, by the PM to create what? From BRD, what is created? Who will tell me? From a BRD, we create what? We create a PRD. Okay. We create a product requirements document. Because once we are clear about the business, we will get the product requirements then. And for the product requirements document, this is what the PM will create that, okay, for the product, these are the things. And this is then shared to, let's say, the tech lead or, the tech team or even the, let's say, marketing team, right? Those kind of teams are then sent these documents. Okay. So these are the ways in which the PM works. BRD is given to the PM by stakeholders and using MOMs, meetings, and from his own understanding he creates these documents, okay, from meetings, etc. So that's how the BRD is created. So this is a dummy BRD of an app called Spend Site. Okay, Spend Site is a dummy app that I have taken. That is a personal expense app tracker app. And then next thing is dummy meeting notes. Okay, dummy meeting notes. Let me open this as well. So I've created like dummy meeting notes, like at 10 a.m. the project manager is talking, 10:05 the stakeholder is talking, and then so and so forth and so on. Sorry, just got a quick message from my manager. So timestamp is basically what we have added here as a dummy timestamps MOM. So 10 a.m. Alice was talking, and then 10:05 Bob was talking, 10:12 Charlie, the tech lead, and then so and so forth. There till 10:55 the meeting went on, and this is like a very high level, not very exact, because in actuals lot of more topics are covered, lot of more things are discussed in the meeting. So this is a very high level one. So this is another thing that I have created, which has, when the next meeting is scheduled, this is also something that is added, just like a simple meeting notes. Okay, very simple meeting notes. Again, I'm opening it in the new tab. Okay, so now these three things we have, that is the dummy meeting notes, the spend site kickoff, project kickoff meeting ka MOM, MOM of the meeting, and then the spend site BRD. Okay, these are the three things that I have now, right now. And now I go to Notebook LM and I will attach these three things here. Okay, so I will click on add sources. The easiest way to use that Notebook LM, guys, is this left hand column called notebook sources. Okay, and what is sources column? Whoever has learned about Notebook LM can tell me what is the sources used for, guys. What is this sources column or sources bar, sources section used for? Who will tell me? What is the sources section used for? All your documents go inside sources, correct? All the documents or data goes inside your sources. So I just click on add sources and I can add all the documents. So I can select the drive, and in the drive I can select the documents that I want to add. For example, this dummy meeting notes, spend site, and this. So these three documents which are related to what I want to build today, which I want to have in my sources as a project manager, I will insert them into my Google Notebook LM sources. Okay, and this will be ingested. So this will be ingested, and there will be a sort of a summary also created, that these documents outline a foundational planning and technical strategy for a new personal finance application, and the business requirement document has the core vision. Isn't that amazing, guys, that you have just right now given like three sources, and as a project manager you already have a very good outline of what exactly are the kind of documents you have, right? These are like maybe 10-15 pages of documents, and there is like a one paragraph summary already with you, which you can actually utilize to understand that what exactly you are trying to do, right? Amazing. Amazing, right? So these are the kinds of things that we can utilize here, and this is the first step that happens every time when you add sources to the notebook element. Now, what is the next step that we can utilize? We can also add sources from web, right? We can also add sources from the web. So what we can do is we can ask AI to add some sources from web, saying that uh, add sources from web, add sources from web, and add sources from web regarding spend site, regarding how to build, regarding building a personal finance document for personal finance application, and what all tools might be required for the same, as well as the features required to build this project. Okay, so I am adding this as a simple prompt that you should do a sort of a deep research, and I'll correct the spellings. The S key of my keyboard is acting up, but now it's fine. So add sources from the web regarding regarding building a personal finance application, and what all tools might be required for the same, as well as the features required. I will let the web, let it search the web. I will keep this research to fast research. There's a deep research also. The same way that we have deep research in Gemini, which goes for a proper in-depth report, it also has a deep research, but I will just have a quick research. I do not want it to go for deep research in the interest of time. If you guys have time, you can go for deep research as well. Okay. So you can go for deep research. I am going for a faster research, and then I just quickly go for let it search for me. No, no, Rohit, I'm not using this flow. Okay, so see, it has gone up and it has searched some of these things from the internet very quickly. It is very fast, and then it has taken up all of these sources, OCR, Play, Yodlee, etc. Some of the top level sources that it has found regarding personal finance app. 7 must-have features in the personal finance app. FinTrack, there is a personal finance system using web, right? This it has already taken that up where you can import it directly. So when we import it, all of those sources that it has done in a fast research in a very short span of time, that research, all the sources are added here. Okay, all of those sources are added here. Some of the sources might have issues with being added, but now it is there as well. So all the sources have been added, right? Can we see that the resources have been added? Can we see that, guys? Yes or no? Yes or no in the chat. Are we able to see that the resources are added here? Yes, perfect. So all the sources have been added here, and all of these things are now ready from your perspective as a project manager to be ready to be developed under a single project. Now what all can we build with this? What all can we build? That's the next question. What all can be built? So there are a couple of different things that we can build with this. One is the audio overview. One is the audio overview. Then is the slide deck, video overview. Now this is a newer feature of video overview. Mind maps we can create. We can create reports, flashcards, quizzes, infographics, and data tables. So many things that we can, actually build. But now my point is that what all we have taken up? We have taken up three main things, that is the meeting MOMs. We have taken it MOMs. We have taken the BRD, that is the business requirement document, and we are now clear about, like, as a project manager, if I was a project manager, do you think I would have taken up these documents, the MOMs, the BRD, as well as the meet notes, to sit and analyze them, right? To sit and analyze them, would I have sat and analyzed them and then created a sort of a PRD document? Do you think so? Do you think so, guys? Yes or no? We will use these one, two, and three documents to create a PRD, correct? So now instead of basically doing that manually, if we could do it with a very simple prompt, wouldn't that be amazing, guys? If we are able to do that in a very simple prompt, and also with the existing research that I have done, also with the existing research that I have done, right? It would have been amazing. So now that is where we start. Now there are certain different options on this right side. This is called studio. Okay. This is called a studio. What is the studio? With these sources that is added here, you can create a lot of different things. That is like an audio overview, which is like a audio listening uh, file that you can create, that a podcast sort of thing can be created where two people are talking about these topics, and you can listen to it rather than reading it, right? So that it's easier for you to understand. You can create a slide deck out of it, which is what nothing but a slide available to you guys, and you can basically use that slide deck to uh, here uh, to view it in a pictorial format, or simple to send it to stakeholders as well, right? And then there's a new feature called video overview, right, that you can utilize for video overviews. Similarly, there are other topics like reports, flashcards, etc., etc. We'll talk about them later on. Okay, we'll talk about them later on. So point being, the studio is where you can develop things. Okay, you can develop documents. And right now, what do we want to develop? We want to develop a PRD. Am I right? Do we want to develop a PRD right now, guys? Do we want to develop a PRD right now? Do we want to develop a PRD? Amazing. So now for the PRD, what I will do is, firstly, I will go for this feature called reports. Okay, I will go for this feature called report. So reports will have a lot of different reports that you can create. Create your own briefing doc, study guide, blog post, etc., etc. So these different features are available, and you can sort of uh, create your own report as well, right? So you can create your own report. So here, since what is a PRD? PRD is more like a report only, right? It's a document. So I want to make my own report, but what will be the prompt? So let's go ahead and go to promptcowboy.ai. Promptcowboy.ai. How many of you guys know what is promptcowboy.ai? Have you guys heard about it before? No? PromptCowboy.ai is a very easy to use, simple tool, free tool available to you in the market, which basically it's a very amazing tool that turns lazy prompts into great ones. Okay, so basically, if you are giving a bad prompt, which is like a just simple prompt that I want to create a PRD, it will turn it into a proper good prompt if you give it basic context. Okay, so let's try that out, guys. Let's try that out. I will tell it that I am I want to create a PRD from the reports feature of Notebook LM, and I will add these prompts etc. to a document as well. For an app called SpendSite, which is a personal finance app. Personal finance app. Okay, so I want to create a PRD from reports feature of Notebook LM for an app called SpendSite, which is a personal finance app. and I want to utilize the existing sources in Notebook LM to build the same. Okay, so let me just send this and let's see what it returns to us. Let's see what it returns to us. Okay, amazing. So can you look at the prompt? This is a really nice prompt which has, proper details about the application. That is, you are a product manager creating a PRD, and for a personal finance app called Spendsight, your task is to synthesize insights and use existing sources already compiled in Notebook LM's reports to build a comprehensive actionable PRD, right? That is the core task. What is the core task? Extract key findings, patterns, and insight from Notebook LM reports, feature, and transform them into a structured PRD that defines the uh, product, its purpose, core features, etc. What to include? Product overview, problem statement, etc., user stories, technical considerations, how to use your sources, etc. Right? So, do you think this is a good prompt, guys? Do you think this prompt is a good prompt? This is a great prompt because it has everything, right? What do you think it has? It has an explanation of how the AI has to react, right? It has the core task as well. It has what to include, how it has to return the answer, right? So that is a good prompt that is there. So we will copy this and we will go back to the document that we had created, and I will click on create on, right? And I will paste this prompt. Okay. I will paste this prompt clearly. I will change this name. Okay. So I will change this name and I have changed the name to the correct name. And I will choose the language. By the way, the most amazing feature is that you can actually change the language of the report. So you can create the report in different languages. For example, your client who you want to maybe send the PRD to, or your manager or your teammates are using, are having a different language, that they use. So you can even create it in that language. For this case, I will only use simple English because that's what I want to use. I will click on generate. Okay. So now it has started to generate this. Okay. See, you are seeing this. Are you able to see this generating box here, guys? How many of you guys are able to see this generating box here? Perfect. So generating reports. That is what it is doing now. Amazing. So now let it generate the report. And while it does it, I'll take you back to the PPT. Okay. I'll take you back to the PPT. So what is the problem that we have been trying to solve here, guys? What is the problem? The PMs are spending more time synthesizing scattered discovery notes. What do you mean by synthesizing? Synthesizing is basically compiling things, right? So we are trying to now reduce the time that the PM or the project manager is spending on, synthesizing stuff, which is like more than 50 resources. He might have done some sort of research, deep research as well, and he might have got like 10, 15 documents. So using all of that data, we are trying to create a project requirements or a product requirements document, right? So that's the beauty of Notebook LM, that we have been trying to solve this huge amount of data problem which could have otherwise taken the PM, how much time do you think the PM would have taken to, make a PRD out of these, let's say 50 sources? Even in our case, let's say we had only 13 sources. So do you think how much time do you think it will take for him to create a PRD out of it? Someone is saying 1 week, 10 minutes. Okay, amazing. Out of the all of these resources that are available, 13 resources, you would be taking 10 minutes. Amazing. That's a good speed. Otherwise, in general, I feel that it would have taken at least not, if not more, 3 to 4 days for someone to actually build a, entire pipeline and create a final PRD out of these sources, right? And with AI, we have been able to, reduce that time to less than, 5 to 10 minutes. I have been explaining you guys that's why the time is being taken. Otherwise, that time it has, reduced to more less than, 5 to 7 minutes, max to max 10 minutes, right? Am I right? It's amazing, right? I hope that's amazing, and I hope you're liking the way you're understanding how Notebook LM is helping you in your project management journey. So now, see, the product management document is ready. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. I'm going to export it to docs. Okay. I'm going to export it to docs. There is an option here called export to docs. Okay. That I can use. I hope you're able to see it. And I export it to docs. And here is the project management document, which says that, the product vision and strategic overview is this. It is a complex financial app. The product vision statement is to democratize professional grade financial oversight through an accessible automated platform that empowers non-specialist digital natives. So it has thought of these terminologies, thought of this, tool vision statements and added it here as a proper detailed doc. So we need to, understand that the kind of depth is trying to put into this document. Then that there is a product, there is a problem statement and market gap analysis. Okay, this is a very important part of the product requirements document, guys, because the modern consumer is struggling with a lot of real time financial transparency, etc., etc. What is the burdens that it has, given a primary financial pain point identifications as well, that what all are the primary pain points that the customers are using, right? Now basically, manual entry burden, reactive financial governance, fragmented financial tool, etc. The so what layer, basically it has given some sort of a analogy regarding risk mitigation, etc. Without spend side, these pain points manifest as proactive planning failures, right? So it has given this problem statement analysis and market gap analysis. Then there is a target audience and user personas. It has defined its user profiles, the digital native, right? It has given like a user profile, an ideal customer that might be there for this particular use case, right? And then there is a functional requirement core features, right? There are core features that have been created: a tracking fatigue, account integration, AI powered categorization, smart receipt scanning, that is an OCR, 99% accuracy, budgeting and early warning alerts, virtual card support, WhatsApp expense. So it has basically listed all of the features that, from a global perspective, there are so many sources that were added, right? All of these sources that has been added, which are like the must-haves in the application, it has utilized that entire thing, as well as utilized the MOM and the stakeholder requirement, right? Because I have given it the BRD, so the stakeholder requirements were clear to it. So it has used that stakeholder requirement and built this up, right? Yeah, this prompter. Just give me a second, guys. I'm going to put this prompt for your future use. I'll do the rest of it. I will do in the break. Okay. So yeah, let's go through the rest of the document. There are technical architectures that have been created. The front end, the back end, database. The React Native is going to be used. Back end is going to be Node.js. So it has given all of those details, and this particular thing is from the BRD. If you look at the BRD, guys, see in the BRD, it's already saying that in the front end is going to be in React Native. The back end is going to be Node.js with Express framework, and database is going to be this. And it has utilized those same details in the product requirements document as well, correct? And it has edited a bit, it's instead of Postgres, it's used SQLite, right? So these are the kind of things that we have been able to create. The roadmap is also there. A high level roadmap has been added, guys. The roadmap is saying, phase one MVP, phase two AI based experience, then there's a multi user support. Phase three is a deep banking API integration for direct bill payments, etc. So those are the kind of MVP and deeper phases that have been planned automatically by the document, right? And the API rate limits, the key constraints are the API rate limits. That is, API rate limits, operational governance, development cycles are tied to quarterly cloud infrastructure budgets, and platform parity. MVP, guys, is like a minimum viable product. Okay, what is a minimum viable product? Minimum viable product is basically something that you can be uh, presenting and taking it up to the users at a beta stage, okay, or an alpha or a beta stage, where the users can start using it, right? A small sample set of users can start using it, and you can start getting reviews from the users. That is the minimum viable product, okay? Minimum viable product, correct? So that's how it is. Amazing. So this is the PRD now, guys. We have a PRD created. So how many of you guys are able to say now that yes, you are able to create from a BRD and from a set of documents, you are easily within 10 minutes able to create a PRD. Yes. If you are able to do it, give me a CC in the chat. Give me a crystal clear in the chat if you're able to now, you will be able to now create a PRD. Amazing. Amazing, guys. Perfect. Perfect. Now comes the next interesting part. Now comes the next interesting part, that is having very interesting project charters in the moments. Basically, it means that Gemini docs Gemini docs cross references multimodal data directly from the Google Drive. Now this might be a little bit of a high level, this might require a Google AI Pro subscription, but it then becomes, context aware, and Gemini and Docs cross references multimodal data directly from Google Drive. The core use case can be, like converting raw bullet points into professional proposals, structuring work breakdown, generating tailored updates, etc. So now, do you think that this PRD is very ready for sharing to the stakeholders, the PRD that we just created? Do you think this is ready? No, right? This is a basic doc. So now we will be basically trying to, improve it with what? Again, we will use AI here. We will try to improve it. We will ask Gemini here on this right hand side column. Okay. This is the right hand side column with Gemini, which we will ask to define the document and make it concise for stakeholder review, as well as add charts and graphs wherever possible to support our PRD structure. Okay, so let me just add this as a prompt here and let's see what happens. Okay, now it's trying to collect that information from this document, and then now it will try to create more stuff out of this here. And the more beautiful part here, guys, is also that we can give more access. Okay, we can give more access here. It has tried to do something. Let me accept this. Okay, so it has concised it down. Can you see that? Can you see that it has concised the document down till, right? This is concise. It has concised it down here, and the concised part is where we have, reduced the number of text, etc. Here I can tell it that, again, I can click on refine here. Okay, I can click on refine here. I can just again select this text. I can say refine. Okay, so I have added data regarding, I have added this data and I have asked it to add pointers and bullets. Okay, because it is looking very clunky right now, right? So now I have gotten that done. So I have accepted, right? The features are now in a proper bulleted format. Similarly, I will ask it to put this data into proper table, right? We can ask it to put this proper into a proper table. See, so I have just asked it to put it in the proper table and it has been able to put things into proper tables. Users table, expenses table, right? All of those tables have been added. Correct. So now do you think that this is in a much more shareable state? Now do you think this is much more, clear for stakeholders? It has a proper tabular structures. It has all the, tables needed, right? It has proper, pointers added here, everything, right? And that is why we are, again saying that you have been able to reduce your work of, improving the things, optimizing the things also using AI, using Gemini, and here in Google Docs itself, you have been able to do the same, right? Amazing. Isn't that amazing? You've been able to create the PRD and then optimize the PRD. So you've been able to create the PRD as well as optimize the PRD. Okay, someone is asking that if we can add a flow chart. Let me ask it. Okay, so I'm asking it to make a Gantt chart out of this because this is a product roadmap. So we can have a Gantt chart in place. Okay, it has given a tabular structure, but I want a Gantt chart. So I will again ask it for that. Okay, see, I will ask it to create images, generate a Gantt chart representation of this roadmap data. Right? Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, guys. I know. It's amazing that you guys are liking it. Okay, so see, it has been able to create a roadmap for us. Now I can add this roadmap. I can use this roadmap. Let me just quickly take a screenshot of this and let me put the screenshot here. Okay, so the feature that is the requirement gathering, core alpha build, Q3, Q4, it has been done, it is done in a older date. It is showing me dates of 2024 and 2025, right? But still it has given us a proper detailed breakdown of how the app Gantt chart can work. So you can give it more details. This is just a very high level Gantt chart that we have created. If you give it more proper details, if you give it more finalized timelines and give it exact timeline that okay, this is the timeline that we want, it can create a proper detailed roadmap for you as well. Okay. So this is the roadmap that has been created. Now, so since we have covered almost half of the pointers, let me just make this. Since we have, clearly understood that how we are using uh, Google documents to make context-aware generation, I will also show you one more thing about, using context-aware generation. That is, for example, use at the rate at the rate then see, you can basically utilize the Google Drive sources. Okay, so you can do an at the rate in the chat box and you can use the Google Drive sources. So whatever sources are there in your Google Drive, for example, we have this spend site project kickoff MOM, right? This is the document that we had created, this one, spend site project kickoff MOM, right? So we can use this document and we can tell it that, okay, use this kickoff document to create something. Okay, so I can again say you at the rate MOM spend site MOM to create a better maybe uh, roadmap. Okay, to create a better roadmap. Let's see what it does. Okay, so I have basically now used the data from my Google Drive available in my Google Drive and then I am trying to create a final roadmap. Okay, so okay, now I think it has not given me a final roadmap. Let me just give this prompt back again. Team B10X, please help Ramesh regarding the recording point. Okay, so see, since now we have, we had given it a proper MOM based on spend side kickoff MOM, it has now constructed a comprehensive execution focused roadmap. Okay. So for example, it has given a phase one that has PRD drafting, tech stack definition, dev environment setup, all of those things. And then the phase two has core development, UI UX prototyping, database schema, core API development, all of that. Bank aggregator or aggregate integration, that is another the next phase. So you can see that using that document itself, right? Guys, is my screen not visible? Is my screen visible now, guys? Okay, perfect. I can see that the screen is visible, guys. Please check your internet, whoever has any issues. Okay, so yeah, we have been able to now use the @ feature. Okay, so you can use in the chat, you can use this @ feature, and using the @ you can set up, you can connect the different documents that are available on Google Drive itself, and that those documents will then be utilized to create stuff inside your document. Okay, and you can use Drive documents to create stuff in your document itself. So those are the kind of things that we can do. So that is what we had for you guys. That was one of the most important things. That was a PRD. I am attaching that link as well. PRD created link. Okay. So that was the PRD that we created, guys. And we have covered half of the session now. Project management, AI. And now when you will come back, we will learn one to actually create with Google Sheets. We will be basically trying to create a proper detailed project timeline. How many of you guys think that a project manager needs to create a lot of project timeline sheets? How many of you guys think project managers will always have to create project timelines, right? And it will have to assign to the owners, and the status has to be tracked, the priority has to be tracked, right? So now we can do this with AI itself. Okay, we can do this with AI itself. So this is also that we will learn once we are back from the break, as well as we will learn something about Google Stitch, that how we can use Google Stitch to develop some very interesting user designs to give to our UI UX team, to give to our design development team, so that they are able to understand that what we are visualizing. Okay, because a lot of times what is the main problem, guys, that happens is that the stakeholder tells you something. Okay, the stakeholder will tell the PM something, but to have the PM tell it to the team, right? That is the main problem. Okay, there is a communication gap because you are not, the stakeholder has some visual issues and visual thoughts, and the PM is able to understand them because he is expert in business as well as tech, right? But the team is either a business person like a marketing team, or it can be like a technical team. So now here to help them understand that, you can use what designs or UI UX, uh, you know, simple prototypes. Correct? Is it right? Can we use designs and prototypes as a PM? Can we use designs and prototypes as a PM, guys? Right? So that is also that we will learn right now. So after those two things, we will directly, jump into after learning about Google Sheets and learning about the this topic of Google Stitch, we will quickly jump into the rest of the part, that is the Q&A round, as well as any other questions or any other practical implementation doubts you might have. Okay, so we will have a 15-minute break now, guys. Let's get back after the break, and then okay. So hi guys, welcome back. How many of you guys are back from the break? How many of you guys are back from the break? Hello, hi guys, welcome back. Hi, 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 good. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Perfect. Perfect, guys. Amazing. So I see like almost 90% of you guys are back from the break. Perfect. Perfect. So let's start for the rest of the session. And we will quickly jump into the next topic, that is that is around transforming brainstorms into structured timelines, right? A lot of times you have a PRD, you have a brainstorming thought in your mind as a project manager, but you don't know how to convert that into a structured timeline, right? So that is where we come in and we use something called as Gemini in Sheets, right? There's a tool called Google Sheets. Okay, you might have been already aware about all of this basic tool, right? I can just directly go to Google Sheets, and in this tool, what I can do is I can reference our PRD here. Okay, what I can do is I can reference the at the rate this name. Let me copy this name. Okay, so I will reference this PRD. Correct. So this is the document, the product requirement spend side document. Correct. And I will tell that I want to create a tracker with timelines as well as owners assigned to each task for the first two phases according to the PRD document attached above. I want to create a tracker with timeline as well as uh, owners as owners assigned to each task for the first two phases according to the PID document attached above, right? Let me press enter and let's see what happens. Okay, so now AI will automatically work on these Google Sheets and it will try to create a project tracker. Okay, it will try to create a project tracker. And again, the kind of structurization that you need to think as as a project manager, you need to create those columns, you need to create those formulas, those chips, etc. in in Excel or in Google Sheets. That is all eliminated. You directly jump into creation. So see, that's how it is showing a thought, that it is saying that okay, what I will do is I will initialize a tracker, I will build the summary scorecard, I will structurize the table, and I will populate the PRD tasks, right? Is this looking good? Should we go ahead with doing this, guys? Should we go ahead with these four tasks that it has assigned? Should we approve this? Should we press on approve here? Yes. Amazing. So now that let me push it into approve. I will copy this prompt, guys, for some of you guys who are, asking for it. Although it is a very simple prompt, there's nothing complex in this prompt, guys. I want you guys to think this much because you guys are already, project managers and you guys are at a level where you can think these kinds of prompts. So I want you guys to think about it. But yeah, I will attach that prompt as well. No, Puneet, that's my keyboard key malfunctioning. So sorry for that. See, it has now created an amazing little spend side product tracker. It is adding the task, it is adding, the overall summary also, task ID, task name, phases, owner, it is assigning everything. And it is then going to, populate everything. Are you able to see this, guys? It's happening live in front of us. Isn't it absolutely amazing? My hands are here. I am not doing anything. AI is automatically working on it and making a proper project tracker for me according to the PRD. So I created the PRD firstly using Notebook LM, and then I refined it with Google Docs, and now I am creating timelines, right? Now I'm creating timelines. So what are the step-by-step processes, guys, right? First is, BRD. Then from BRD, we have come to PRD, right? And then we refine the PRD for stakeholders, refine, and then we have come down to a tracker, timeline tracker, that we will come back and start the work with the team. So that is all the steps of a project manager, guys. You have to think about it from that perspective. The project manager, how he starts his journey, but everything is now enabled with AI, right? Everything has been enabled with AI. AI is taking it up for every single step. Okay, so this is the dashboard ready, and here you can see that task IDs have been assigned, proper task IDs, and there are total tasks. Block tasks are also there, that one of the tasks is blocked, the zero tasks are blocked, one of the tasks is in progress, one is completed, right? Some sort of it has automatically marked it as in progress. If I change it to not started, then automatically you are seeing this number going down, right? Those formulas are in place, guys. Do you think as a project manager you have to put all of these formulas manually, right? Don't you think you have to go and look at these formulas and you have to put these formulas manually? But here this formula, if you change this to not started, this number automatically goes down, right? This formula is already here, right? Count if. So you have to do all of these things. Now you can do all of these things on your own. If you do it completed, this gets two, right? So yeah, that is absolutely amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I hope you guys understand the power of this. I hope you guys understand the power of this. And then the owner is also assigned, the engineering team, etc. You can assign the owner yourself, the timeline can be attached, and then this can be shared to your stakeholders, to your team as well, right? Give me a CC in the chat if you're absolutely crystal clear on how you will use Google Sheet to enable your team and you yourself with a proper tracker, and use it in proper project management. Amazing. Mind blowing, guys. Mind blowing. Lovely. Perfect. Now, the next and the last topic that we will take up is Google Stitch. Okay. Google Stitch. Now, what is Google Stitch, guys? Google Stitch is an AI based design tool. Okay. Just like Figma, it is an AI based design tool, and you can use this to create projects for yourself, and very quickly it designs really, really nice prototypes and really, really nice. Yes, absolutely free, guys. It's absolutely free and it is available for you guys. So I will add that link into the resources as well. I will share this document with you guys later on. Don't worry about it, okay? And this is there. Now, before we move on, for this, do we need to create a proper prompt, right? Because we have to make a design. So now I will go back to maybe Notebook LM, because the most amount of context that is there right now about my project is in Notebook LM. Am I right? Am I right, guys? The most amount of context that we have is in Notebook LM, correct? So I will go to Notebook LM and I will tell it that I want to build a few design prototypes with Google Stitch. Give me a proper prompt with the relevant features and functionalities of the Spend Site app, so I can get a design prototype ready. Okay, very simple prompt, simple plain English, guys. It's not tech, it's not like high tech. Okay, management is simple. Management is about your mind. You have to put things into the tool. The tool you should know, and you should know what you want to do. That's as simple as that. It's not anything complex. Okay, so you need to make sure that you know what you are trying to build, right? So that's why you have to be clear, have a concise mindset in front of you, and then you have to just write the prompt. It does not need, you don't need a proper prompt or something, in front of you, always to be there, right? So that you can copy and paste it. So I'll not give this prompt to you. I want you guys to think about these prompts yourself and write them. So now it has given us a prompt, that is create a high fidelity interactive mobile app having secure onboarding, visual financial dashboard, smart transaction ledger, dynamic budget, settings, data export, etc. etc. Right? So it has given me a good prompt. So let me just copy this prompt. Okay, let me just copy this prompt. And should I directly paste it here, guys? Who will tell me? Should we directly paste the prompt here? The prompt that I have copied from Notebook LM. Should I directly copy it and paste it here? No. Okay. Then what should I do first? If not, the people who are saying no, what should I go? What should I do first? Go to prompt cowboy. Amazing thought. Amazing thought. We can refine our prompt. We can refine our prompt using prompt cowboy, right? Because it can turn my, if my prompt has any issues, it can always turn my prompt into a proper refined way, into a refined prompt. So let me just put it up and say that in the last, let me add refine this prompt. Okay, so let me say refine this prompt. Let's see what happens. So now it has given me a prompt which is simple right? It's a simple prompt, smaller prompt, and it's saying that you need to create a spend site, a personal expense tracking feature, and it has so and so functionalities. But do you think this prompt is better or the earlier one was better? Which one do you think is better? No. In this case, this is better, guys. Why is it better? Because when you are working with visual image based tasks, right? Visual image based tasks, it is always better to have a concise and a smaller prompt. Concise. Because visual creative LLMs or creative agents can hallucinate very easily. Okay, if we give them a lot of text. So that's why if you see the task type image, it has automatically, that's why created a smaller prompt, because it knows that you are going to work with a creative agent, that is Notebook LM. Oh, sorry, the Google Stitch. Correct. So I think this is a better prompt. Let us use this. Let us use this and put it here in Google Stitch. Okay. Let's read it once properly so that there is no error coming up here. So create a high fidelity mobile app with the mockup for spend site, person experience tracker, 5 screens, secure biometric, login, played integration messaging, financial dashboard, AI sustained category tags. Everything is there. I think all of it is clearly there. So let me just use this fastest model. Okay, I'll use the fastest model and I'll just send it. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, guys. You will be amazed to see the way the power of Google Stitch is, and the speed as well as the kind of amazing tooling that it gives us to create a really nice prototype in such a short amount of time. So firstly, it will always create a minimalistic uh, brand kit or brand guide. Okay, that is very important for any marketing team or any design team, right? Brand kit. So firstly, it always creates a brand kit. Then now it is trying to create screens and see the animations. See the amazing animations that it is putting up here. Look at the amazing animations, guys. Isn't that absolutely mind blowing? Isn't this absolutely mind blowing, guys? The kind of speed as well as the kind of AI it is working like, right? It's almost working like a real human, right? The arrows are moving like a real human. So it's really amazing. I personally love the tool called this tool called Google Stitch. Okay. So you should for sure try it and you will be absolutely loving it as well. So it has created 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 screens in how much time? In not more than 20-30 seconds, guys. Not more than 20-30 seconds, you have 5 screens. How much time How much time, guys, do you think it will take for you to create it if you were to, create it in Figma or in a proper traditional way? Look at those screens. Okay. They're not very complex as well. Simple screens. But still, how much time do you think you would have taken? Can someone tell me? 3 to 4 days. That's a lot. I feel at least 1 to 2 days. 2 days it would have taken for you to, finalize these designs, right? But this is at least your thoughts have come out on paper, right? That is the most important part. That your thoughts have come out onto paper. Earlier, your thoughts were not there on the paper. So now your thoughts are there on the screen. You are able to, whatever your PRD had, whatever you have created till now as a project manager, now you have on the screen, and now you can share this, right? You can share this with your team. Correct. Figma is, you can export this design into Figma as well, guys. Okay, this is exportable to Figma as well as any other Netlify, Lovable, Figma, etc. So it is very similar to Figma, but it is AI enabled, right? You cannot edit a single element here, but when you take it to Figma, if you export it to Figma, every single element will become editable. Okay, every single card, every single text, every single icon, everything will become editable if you take it to Figma. Okay. So yeah, that's the power of Google Stitch. That's the amazing power of Google Stitch. Okay, amazing. So that is what we have here, guys. Now, one another interesting tool that I would like for you guys to understand is that as a project manager, once you have created one, Priya, it's very simple, right? You are able to create this in free of cost within like, you know, 30 35 seconds. In Figma, you would have taken at least 8 hours to 1 day to 2 days, right? To do the same. And this is just an initial prototype. Your designers can still use Figma if they want to, correct? So yeah, I think Stitch is much better in that case. Yes, you can edit in Stitch as well. So for example, if this is the screen and you want to edit something, let's say you want to say that I want this screen's headings in a better color as well as the overall design looks boring, boring, right? And change the uh, currency to rupees. Okay, so let's see. See, it is editing. Only one screen I've selected and it is editing that screen. It has started to thought, think, and now it will edit the screen as well. So you can do all the edits with AI itself. Okay, it's creating another duplicate screen out of it. So you can do all the edits with AI. It's absolutely, doable, and everything is absolutely doable. Uh, you will love the way it will actually try and help you make things simplified and more faster in a lot of ways, not just one way but in a lot of ways. So let's see what it comes up with. See, I told it that it's boring, so it is trying to make something better. See, it's trying to make something better. The heading it has tried to improve. It has added these green colored dots. It has added this green color to this card. It has added this black color to this card, right? It's trying to improve it in a lot of ways. Amazing. Do you think this looks better, guys? Do you think this one looks better? Do you think this one looks better than this one? Yes. Amazing. So you can do editing, right? So that's the power of Google Stitch, guys. And that's the amazing power of Google Stitch. I hope you are loving it, guys. I hope you are able to understand that now you will be able to export this at once using this entire, document, and you will be able to send it to a proper, to your team, right? Yes, and there is a provision to prototype as well, guys. So if I want, I can create an instant prototype, right? I can select these 5 screens and I can create an instant prototype. Okay, this is another feature. This is a feature for instant prototype. So you can create a prototype and then you can share this prototype directly to your, team as well. So a prototype is also being created. See, let's look at the prototype, guys. See, it's a clickable button now. This button is now clickable because the prototype has been created, guys. The prototype has been created. So I click on it, see the way it is working. It is a proper working application, guys. Okay. You can see the buttons are reactive. I can click on settings. I can click on multiple states, button states, right? I can change this. So it is working, guys. It's absolutely perfectly working. And you can share it with your team and you can make them understand. A prototype Kathan is just a full, front end application, not even a front end application, just like a screens connected between themselves, right? But the full working application is connected with the back end. It's a proper working code. It is state management. Here, there's no state management. right? Whatever I'm doing might just go off quickly. So it is just for visualization purposes. Okay, it's just for visualization purposes. We can do for desktop UI as well. This was for mobile. If you looked at the screen initially, let me go back. See, here is this option called web. Okay, this is the desktop option. Perfect. Amazing, guys. Amazing. I think you guys have understood the concept of Stitch as well, and you are now all ready to share this, these mockups with your team. So I hope you are, so you can just export it, guys. Either you can just use this prototype and you can just share this prototype uh, to either you can build it with Google AI Studio also. When you go to Google AI Studio, it will create sort of an application out of it, or you can just share it with, AI Studio sort of thing, a preview. Let me see how we can share it. See, if I right click on it, see, I think there is a QR code as well that can open this. Can you guys scan this QR code? Can you guys scan this QR code? Are you able to view this on your device? Try scanning this QR code, guys. Try scanning this QR code. Are you able to view this on your screens? Are you able to view this? How many of you are able to view this, guys? Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat. Okay, 404 error is coming. Some of you are able to, some of you are not able to. Okay. So in that case, what you can do, you can also either export it as an AI studio, or you can export it as Figma. Okay, you can export it as Figma. You can export these designs as Figma basically, right? You can export these designs as Figma, right? Or you can export them as a project brief, right? You can generate like a product requirement document for your project. Again, you can create a product requirement document with the designs. Okay, so that is available. Now, can you try the checking the QR code, guys? Now, can you try checking the QR code? Now, are you able to access it? Are you able to access the QR code, guys? Amazing. I can see like now 90% of you are able to do it. Amazing, guys. Perfect. Amazing. So your prototype is now with you. So now are you crystal clear? Are you crystal clear that how you have to share the project with your team? Are you crystal clear on how you can share the project with your team? Some of you are saying, so cool, amazing, guys. So you are now able to share this with your team. Crystal clear, amazing, amazing. Are you guys loving this session? Now, if you guys are crystal clear, are you guys loving it? If you are loving it, give me a loving it in the chat. I would like to understand that if you are loving the session or not. Give me a loving it in the chat, guys. Give me a loving it in the chat. The entire session we've been learning so many different things. Give me a loving it in the chat if you're actually loving it, and if you're actually able to understand, these concepts. Perfect. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you are loving it, guys, I would like for you guys to please take up this feedback form. Team B10X, please share the feedback form to the team now so that they can share their feedback as of now. Please share the feedback form, Team B10X. Okay, so the feedback form is now live, guys. If you guys have been loving the session, I would like for you guys to please go ahead and take up the feedback form. Please give me a feedback form if you've been loving the session. Give me a good feedback. Give me a feedback, rating, which is something which you liked about the session. And if you give me a good rating, I would make sure that we can bring up so many new and good more sessions for you guys. Whoever has questions, guys, I will take up your questions. Okay, don't worry. I After this, I will be taking up your questions. So please do give the feedback form first. I can see that you guys are giving it. Please give the feedback form. It's absolutely imperative for us. And if you are liking the session, if you're actually loving the session, please do give us a good rating so that I can bring up more such sessions for all of you guys. Try to give us a good good rating if you like the session. If you have any feedback, please do put that up. We will try to work on that 110% and try to come up to your expectations. Now I will also share the document with you guys, but I will share it only after I see almost all of you have shared the feedback, because I can see not all of you have shared the feedback right now. Please fill the feedback form, guys. Please do fill the feedback form. I can still see almost 50% of you guys have not given the feedback. Please make sure you are giving the feedback. I will share the PPT, I will share the prompts. This document is ready for you guys, but I will just want you guys to first give the feedback properly so that I can share this document with you guys. I will share the document once you are done with the feedback. Whoever has done with the feedback, guys, please write a done in the chat. I can still see about 40 to 50% of you guys have not, given the feedback. Please do give the feedback so we can, proceed with the, question answers round. This is all from my side. This is all that I had. The Q&A round is now going to start. I will also share my LinkedIn shortly. Before that, I want you guys to fill the feedback. Still 30 to 40% folks are left. Still 30-40% folks are left. With their feedback form is when you click on more on your Zoom. If you click on the three dots and more, at that point of time, you will see the feedback form. Three dots and you will see poll option. Team B10X, please guide the team, guide the students for where the feedback form is. Guys, I can still see about 30 to 40% of you guys have not given the feedback. uh, I would really want all of you guys to give your feedback. I would really expect all of you guys to be proactive with feedback, because it is really important to us and it's really imperative for us, right? So now I will just share the document. So this is the document, guys. I have shared the document. Wait, I think it might not have come up. Okay, the document is shared now. Please try to access the document, guys. I've shared the document with all of you. Please try to access the document. Guys, I can still see not all of you have given the feedback form. I really request you to please go ahead and give the entire feedback form before we go ahead and start the Q&A round. Okay, before we go ahead and start the Q&A round, I want all of you to go ahead and give the feedback. This is my LinkedIn ID, guys. I have shared the LinkedIn ID as well. So you guys can connect with me if you want to. I would love to connect with you guys. If you are not able to see the feedback or poll, Vidya, you need to go and connect on Zoom. On Zoom, you need to see there's a more option on the bottom bar of the meeting and or the three dots. And on the three dots, you can see a polls option. And in that polls option, you will see the feedback form. Guys, please do give the feedback. It's really important. PPT, guys, has been added to the document. PPT has been added to the document, guys. Okay. The PPT has been added to the document. Okay, amazing. So now we are going to jump into the Q&A round, guys. If you have any questions, if you have any questions, please do ask me now. Okay, this is the time when you ask me. Okay, I've shared the PPT, I've shared the documents with you guys already. Team B10X, please compile everything, all the links, and please send it to the team. Okay, I've shared the document. There is a PPT inside it, and you can use that for the PPT as well. And I have shared all the resources in it and all the prompts as well. Okay, so please use that. Now coming to the Q&A. Are there any questions for me, guys? Please do ask me any questions if you have any. Please do ask me questions, guys, if you have any questions. If you do not have any questions, guys, and you are absolutely clear on what you have done, please go ahead and feel free to leave the class. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, rest of the weekend, and take care. Bye bye. If you do not have any questions, if there are any questions, please stay back and ask me. Can I use Excel? Yes, you can use Excel instead of Google Sheet, Kanan, but in that case, you will not be able to access the AI tools of Google Gemini. Anand is asking what is the best tool to build a backend. There are different tools. Like I personally like to use Python as a programming language, and in terms of tools, you can use Emergent. Emergent can help better backends. Okay. What are Dr. Javed is asking? What are other tools for PM and why are we not trained on them? So, Dr. Javed, it's a one step by step process. Okay, so starting you have to know firstly that what are the basic tools that you need to start with. Okay, and once you do those tools, after that you can develop the other tools, work on the other tools as well, right? So today we have learned about 4 5 major tools which are very important and which can help you advance a lot. Seshai is asking, Sesh, Sesha Sai is asking, if I directly try the prompt in Stitch window, can I recall it and edit it during the process or after generating the prototype? If yes, whether the same session will generate the revised code. If you have actually, directly written the prompt in the Stitch window after the first version of the entire thing is created, then only you can edit it. Okay, you cannot edit it mid creation. Okay, you can stop it, but you cannot edit it mid creation. Once you have created it, then only you can edit the next point. Rajani is asking, can Stitch with Google help in stitching a research document transform into a structured story form? You can try with that, like in a structure, not a structured story, but a structured design. It's a UI UX tool, so you can use design tools for that. Can I export Google Search designs to Claude AI? You can use MCP, Srinivas. You can use MCPs. So in MCPs, you have options to connect your this Google Stitch with the MCP of Claude, and in that way you can do it. But there's no direct connection from Claude AI. Excel might not work with Gemini, guys. There's no integration as of now. Jayan is asking. Shrikant is asking, can we attach resource required to the project plan? Sure, you can do that. Priya, yes, we can export codes from Stitch. If you go to Stitch and you look at a particular, you select a particular design, click on export, then you can see that code to clipboard. Code to clipboard option is there. Okay, so you can use that directly. Shiva Surya, if your prototype is a physical product, then you cannot use it using this. You cannot build it using this particular site. You can make PPTs or something like that in Google Stitch, but you cannot, of course, you cannot create a physical product here. Atharva, if you want to connect, you can connect over LinkedIn. Thank you so much, Priya. Bye. Happy Sunday. Thank you. Gemini Notebook link is asking for viewer access. It has already been given. The viewer access I have given you guys already. I have already given the viewer access, guys. Anyone with the link has a viewer access. Can view this notebook. Okay. So the viewer access is there. Try to reload it, guys. Uh, Sandeep is asking, is there any AI-based tool wherein a PM can assign the task to stakeholders week by week? Yes, you can use Google Sheets for that. You can use Google Sheets, or if you want a more advanced tool, you can go for Jira or Asana, some sort of things. But Sheets is like the industry standard. Puneet, the tools for Scrum are again these all that I have told you, Sheets and all of these tools. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you so much. Figma AI is a different topic, Atul. Okay. I see that there are no other doubts and questions, guys. Thank you so much for your time. That is it from my side. There's no other point. If there's no other questions, then we can all drop off. Puneet is asking how agentic AI can help in project management. Agentic AI is basically like a process. It can have multiple agents. For example, creating a PRD, writing the code, deploying the code. There can be sort of agents created, and basis the orchestrator it can be, taking decisions on its own. So it's an entire pipeline. You can even use Na10 for that purpose. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys loved the session. Thank you so much for your time. I hope we see, we come back on a better, bigger, on a different session, and we can bring up more and more such sessions for all of you. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great Sunday. Happy weekend, guys. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you.